What's going on, boys? It's Daddy Big here, and today I wanted to talk about something interesting. And I don't know how often people really talk about this. I don't know if this is a common experience for people, but this is something that's happens to me a lot. And this is a phenomenon that I'm gonna call free time fallout. So what this really means is, well, let me set up an example for you, right? So it's been a full week at school or work or whatever, and every night after you go to work or school or whatever it could be, you're continued to be slammed with activities, and you're just busy all the time, always doing stuff, right? And a lot of the times you wish you could like have a day off, right? And then when the day off actually happens, all of a sudden you have literally no idea what to do with yourself. so and and to me the fallout part is usually when I'm put in these situations where I have all this free time, all of a sudden with just nothing to do with it. It's just like sometimes I just end up feeling kind of depressed. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's just I don't know. It's just strange because your life just kind of comes to a halt for a minute. So I think the reason why this happens is just because it's just a drastic life change. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, let me explain it this way. So let's let's say that like our lives are like dinner plates, right? And on a dinner plate you can only contain you can only hold so much stuff, right? So let's say that you have the food you like to eat, and then you have to eat your vegetables. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes life just gives you so many vegetables, and it's like, man, you know, I got all these vegetables. I'm pretty preoccupied. Can't get to my whatever else it could be. And then you finish your vegetables, and then it's like after that, like so much of your plate was taken up by vegetables for such a long time that all of a sudden your plate's like empty when you finish your vegetables. You know what I mean? What I mean is like, you know, there are these activities or like necessary stuff like school or work that takes up so much of your time. Then all of a sudden, when it's gone and you have nothing else to do, like literally, that's like a huge part of time you've been spending on stuff. That's just a gaping hole now. You know what I mean? Because us humans are very routine based creatures. In the deep recesses of our monkey brains, we enjoy the whole expectedness, right? So I think part of it is just when that expectedness takes a turn, and all of a sudden we're put in a situation that's not like what our routine has been for a long time. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I think another consequence of this too is just if you don't have enough of a balanced lifestyle, or not a consequence of it, but a cause for it, right? Because here's the thing: if you have your plate balanced, even if you one of the foods on your plate isn't there for a day, you still have plenty of other foods to look at. But like if the vegetables start like seeping into your other food groups and taking up the whole plate, that's just like monopolizing your life. You know what I mean? So it's like if all you can focus on is doing school and homework or going to work or whatever it could be, if that's all you have time for, you know, all of a sudden when that's gone and you feel like there's nothing else for you to turn to, I feel like that may be indicative of having poor life balance. Because if your life is balanced, then you can effectively switch between different routines and activities because there's a regulated amount of everything there. For example, like getting enough sleep, you know, keeping up with hobbies, like here's the thing, right? Like the whole work life balance thing, which is a totally separate video topic, but it's like, you know, the idea would be like going to school or going to work, right? Getting the stuff done you have to do, and then making time for friends, and then doing stuff for yourself, and having time to do all of that, and still get sleep at night. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that because we, especially in America, there's kind of this culture where it's like grind or die, you know what I mean? Wake up and grind. And it's like that constant productivity. It's like it's really not as efficient to be working that hard all the time. I think it's probably better to, work less and focus more on things you enjoy doing, because I feel like personally I get better work done when I just let the work happen. You know what I mean? And I think it's important to have some pressures to get things done because that can also produce results. But again, different video topic. But I guess it's just like the constant like necessity for productivity. It just leads to this whole thing where all of a sudden when we're out of productive things to do, it's like, what now? You know what I mean? And I think that because here's the thing, right? Whenever I deal with this, like, it sucks. You know what I mean? Because it's like, especially when, I've been thinking for a while, like, oh man, like, I wish I could get back into this game, or wish I had more time to do this. And then it's like, after, when I have my day off, it's like I don't even have the energy for it. And that just really sucks. You know what I mean? And I think that one way that I've learned to kind of help get over this, or to solve this problem, is just, I think it's just, taking care of yourself. Because, when you're like, there'll be moments where I'm going super hard. No, haven't had breaks in a long time, really. And then all of a sudden I hit a weekend where I'm not doing anything, and it's like, just life comes to a screeching halt, right? That's kind of just this whole phenomenon we're talking about. And that, I think the best thing I can do is just take a step back and just take care of myself and just process the feelings I'm going through, and, try to do something that's going to make me happy. Because when you're in a state like that, where you're kind of prone to being a little bit depressed, a little bit down, just because, like, everything stopped and you don't know what to do, it's important for me to take care of myself. And also, like, sometimes there will be times when, I think one of the big things, I mean, obviously I like gaming, right? And it's like, that gaming is one of the things that I look forward to doing when I have time off. And it's like, sometimes when I do end up getting that time off, I feel I just don't actually end up, like, playing video games I've been wanting to play. And I think part of that is just because, I feel like it's like, for some, it's kind of like, getting in the shower, or like, I don't know. It's like a kind of a situation where sometimes all you have to do is just take that step to get into it, and then you're fine. You know what I mean? I guess the more accurate comparison would be like writing music for me or something, right? Sometimes it can seem like such a daunting task, like I'm not ready for it, I have to wait for the perfect time or whatever. But you literally just have to start. And I guess sometimes for me that's true with, like, any activity I want to start back up again. Is I just have to give it a fair shot, you know what I mean? So for me, sometimes, as far as solving this problem, it's just, I try to take care of myself, try to be patient with myself, and just kind of, instead of just wallowing and just kind of not doing anything, try to give myself something to do, try out playing a game I've wanted to do for a while, something like that. So, it's kind of an interesting case. And here's the thing, I don't know if anyone else really experiences this, but I think, it's something I was interested in talking about, this whole idea of, getting back into a break mode. And I think this happens for me often, right? Because, like, for example, like, at the end of a school year, for example, like, the first week of summer, I just, like, won't know what to do with myself. And then all of a sudden I'll get into a flow, and then my mental health will be great. I'll be doing stuff I want to do, all that stuff. So I think it's just, to me, this whole phenomenon is really just a transition point between different routines and flows in life. And, obviously, I think it's important to consider that and consider how I navigate that. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk through some of my thoughts. And let me know if any of you guys kind of experience this same thing, because I don't know if this is a universal experience or not. But in any case, I'll see you guys later.